going on, y'all? This your boy Conway, aka TalkTooEmCon, where I'm no cut cause, bro. But right now, everybody knows Puffy's in trouble, right? But it just seems like everybody has a story now that it's almost like the Damon Dash effect, right? And what I mean by that is every time someone wants to talk to Damon, they bring up Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z, 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 Jay-Z. And he obliges, right? Instead of being like, yo, I'm here for some other shit, but for some reason he falls into that trap, right? Now it seems like, Chopper City is doing that same shit because he's just popping up on interviews because of him talking about Puffy, supposing tongue kissing the nigga and all this shit. But then in the same breath, you went on another show and tried to take up for Puff here nor there because what he say? He said Puffy, he wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Puffy, right? Whatever, whatever. But Terrence Howard, my guy, what the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck? Like, you can talk about so much more, but you chose to come up with some wild ass Puff shit, bro. And not even come up with it because I wasn't there. You could be telling the truth. I don't know. But it's some shit that don't need to be said, bro. So he went on to say that Puffy invited him over, wanted to be wanted Terrence Howard to be his acting coach. And don't get me wrong, Terrence Howard's one of them people when he has a role to play something, he becomes that, right? But to say, oh, we would just sit at the table and he would just stare at me, not say nothing else. Then you go back again and he just staring at you. Then he asks you to listen to his music and you bring it over and he don't say shit about your music and nothing. Then you go on and say you needed clarity, so you ask your manager and your manager say, I think he's trying to fuck you. Why? Like, it seemed like now Puffy is this catchphrase, right? When that man was out, all these stories that you hear now were not being told, bro. Were not being told. I don't give a fuck about, don't hit me with this, oh, we've been hearing stories, shit. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit because you bitches want hearing shit. And yeah, we heard a couple stories, but at the end of the day, what was the stories that you heard? Because it was never about him being gay. So, but anyway, I just want Terrence Howard to be like, yo, why are you going, now you going to go and keep going on these fucking interviews and they're going to keep asking you about that same story, that Damon Dash shit. You're on that Damon Dash shit, Chopper's on that Damon Dash shit, and it just seemed like, all right, for years, I never knew that he asked you to be a fucking training, an acting coach. No one knew that Puffy was even trying to be an actor. Now you tell us why the nigga in trouble that you think that he was trying to, you know what I mean? Fuck you or whatever your manager thought, right? Then he goes on to, he lost businesses because he don't bend over in no type of way. He talked about, he don't kiss a man. Blah, 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 real shit, real respect. But real men don't talk about some shit that nobody need to know about. No one knew you were he called you to teach him how to act, bro. And then he say, one thing he respects is his man card, and um it just, it just went weird. Like, it went fucking weird. My man was out that bitch in a robe, looked like, but you know what I mean? Like, what are some things that, like, am I tripping, or is it just seemed like everybody is on the Damon Dash tear down mode right now? You know what I mean? And it's not like you ain't never been seen in pictures with Puffy before at parties, but you said you were just never at a Puffy party. But if Puffy was in the building, it definitely was a fucking Puffy party. So it's pictures of you with Puffy, but now 10 years later, you're saying that he had you over, stared at you, mugged you down. And then I'm like, where's these gay men at, bro? Because all these gay allegations and no gay men came out yet, except for the straight men that's saying that, supposedly straight men that's saying that Puffy is doing this shit. But no gay man has come out yet and said that he did anything with them. But anyway, man, let me know what y'all think, man. Is Puffy tripping, or am I tripping? Because I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. Why is everybody now speaking on Puffy now that he's going through whatever he's going through? But everybody's saying that they seen him kissing a man, or they were almost fucked by this man, but wasn't saying that when this man was out, man. Comment below, let me know, man. Like, share, subscribe, all of that, man. Peace.